How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 9 of The Bad Batch. This episode is titled The Crossing. Before we get into the recap, yes, this video is a little bit late. I've been busy. That's my only excuse. But yeah, last episode, or should I say the last two episodes, were focused on Rampart basically trying to get rid of the clone army and replace them with stormtroopers. And to stop him, Senator Chuchi from Clone Wars came in and tried to expose the truth about what happened on Kamino, and she got the help of Vex and the Bad Batch, and also a guy called Cage who tried to get him in on it, but he was killed by an assassin, and that's basically how Senator Chuchi and Vex reunited, because Vex was going to rescue Cade. We learned before Cade died that he stored some kind of data on the Venator. So it's got the mission log of what happened on Kamino. So the Bad Batch came to Coruscant and basically infiltrated the Venator, got that data so they could expose the truth about what happened to Kamino to the Senate. And that happened at the end of the episode, but then the Emperor showed up. And he twisted the story perfectly into getting what he wanted, which was the Stormtroopers. The clone troopers are now out, and Rampart's been arrested, more than likely been killed because he's incompetent, and Echo was left, the Bad Batch, to go help Vex out with some clones. Yes, solid 2 episodes. Hopefully this episode isn't a mission of the week type of episode, and we do get a bit of story progression and maybe a lot of character development too, because the crew's going to be very different now that Echo's gone, so I want to see how that's handled. You know, we're down to 3 main members, which is Wrecker, Hunter and Tech, right? And then you have Omega, who's just, you know, the kid that they have to look after and sometimes gets them into trouble. Basically sums it up. So let's stop Doolally and Gavan with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. My god, it's Geonosis. Nice visuals. The art style and animation are so good. That fucking wind sound effect is so generic, it's in like everything. The crew without Echo. Oh, that was like weird, the way they like lingered on no one behind Omega.
According to Sid's coordinates, this is the mine she purchased.
We're doing another mission for Sid. The fuck was that? And there's a storm coming.
The storm is moving away from us.
No.
We should be fine.
But what if it's a storm that's sentient?
We need Wrecker to assist with operations inside the mine.
I'll be the lookout.
Not alone. Keep your eyes peeled and call us if you see anyone.
Fair enough. And there's the poachers. Right on cue. Wait! No, there's not Hondu, right? Better not be, I swear to God, if he fucking shows up again.
Wait, I am getting a faint reading. The mineral is far too unstable. Even the slightest friction around it can cause a destructive chain reaction.
Then, what do you suggest?
Use the Force. Why wouldn't they be by the ship? The ship's like round the corner.
What's with you?
Echo's gone.
I was thinking about Echo.
You'll get used to it.
I mean, I guess that's how they handled Crosshair. You'll get used to it. Hopefully we actually see the Bad Batch, like, miss Echo.
Chain reaction explosion. Got it.
The fuck, is that a plasma cutter? What an interesting device. There's no way, I mean, the poachers are gonna fuck up the ship. Something's gonna go wrong. Well, look at that, the ship is like behind the rock. They can't even see it. Idiots. This is just, that's definitely not Hondo. Hondo. Not Hondo. The storm's coming this way.
Storm's changing course.
Yeah.
The weather patterns.
And now the ship's gonna take off and they're gonna be stranded.
What is it, Hunter?
Yeah, I mean, he does have enhanced sensors. Well, shit. Stop, like they're gonna hear you, what the fuck? Stop.
How exactly did you miss our ship being compromised?
Maybe if you hadn't ducked it out of view.
True. Like, without Echo, they don't really know what to do. They're all over the place. Yeah, this reminds me of fucking Geonosis. Which isn't a good thing.
Echo? Are you
No.
It's too long range. Echo won't pick up our signal.
Oh. Something's coming. Oh, it's a stampede. Oh shit, is Mufasa here? That would have been funny. You like crosshairs at the top. And let's go with Hunter.
Protect the Ipsium case.
Fuck the Ipsian case. I mean, he has armor and he's the tough fucker, so. But what are they running from? Yeah. Ah, there it is. They were running from. Yeah. Who would have guessed? Oh. At least the others have helmets on. Omega's gonna get fucked up. Her eyes are all gonna get, like, dirt in them. Oh, Tet.
The case.
Fuck the case. Maybe that's why the storm changed direction. It wants the Epsium. Wow. So basically the mission was for nothing. Now we're stranded on a fucking planet with no ship.
If you had not let our ship get stolen, we would be aboard it right now with the mineral.
Yeah, the team's a mess. Like, they just need to stop doing missions for Sid. That's like the moral of the story, I feel like.
It is most unlikely that the Marauder will be recovered.
What?
Yeah.
Don't say that. We have to get it back.
We can always
How?
acquire.
We didn't lose Echo. He's just on a different mission.
But
A better mission.
I merely stated the truth.
She already knows the truth. That's why she's upset.
I get being alone, but at least stay close to them. What I meant about Echo being on a better mission is the fact that he's actually doing something productive. Unlike the crew, who are just helping out Sid, who isn't exactly trustworthy, to be honest. Watch the Marauder be down here, somehow. Oh, Epsium. Oh, she's just... If that blows up... Wow, that's a lot. So we can still succeed with the mission?
This operation would use a well-placed detonation.
Well, we had a small amount, but somebody dropped it.
I will search for any potential extractions within this mine.
That's not the only mistake you need to fix. She's clearly having a hard time adjusting to Echo leaving. Talk to her.
Oh, the music there was interesting. Kind of sounded like prequel music. Something's gonna go wrong here. Again. Omega's gonna cause something to happen.
I'm busy.
I can see that.
Thought we could use this to blow our way through the cave in.
Perhaps you should extract as much Ipsium as you can.
Alright.
Grab the empty vials from my satchel.
There you go. Pretty easy, Ted. I know he's not great with communication. She can't reach... Omega, you can't reach it. Stop. Swear to God, they're both gonna fall.
Omega!
I mean, she's not dead. Did he know that was down there?
What is it, Hunter?
They're taking too long. And he senses something.
Ted, come in.
I mean, how are they getting out of this? Well, that's how, I guess. Oh. Is that more of it? That's a nice shot.
There is a passageway just beyond this wall. We can use the Ipsium you mine to access it.
Alright, what's going to happen with these two? Something's going to go wrong.
Found it!
Need to carefully scale down the narrow crevasse and descend into the aqueduct below.
You gotta be kidding me. Hang tight. We're on our way.
I mean, how are they getting down there? They're going to cut. They're not going to show us.
We can't contact Echo for help.
We do not need help.
Everything is changing, and you don't even care.
I mean, he's just not showing it.
Echo left. Why doesn't that bother you?
But we have to adapt and move on. That is what soldiers do.
You're not soldiers anymore, though.
We're a family. Aren't we? Then why don't you act like it?
Echo chose a different path, as did Crosshair.
Where the fuck is Crosshair? Oh god. How are they detonating it? Just shooting it? Wait, so they only needed one vial for that?
If the shot is not precise, it will cause another cave-in.
The shot has to be precise for that? How does that work? Now what? We're stuck here. Wait, I wonder if the episode's gonna end without us getting the Marauder back. The artists nail the planets.
Where is everyone?
Dead.
It's abandoned.
You'll have to figure it out yourselves.
Sid, you sent us on this mission.
Just like we helped you regain control of your parlor from Roland Durand.
Yeah.
And
I
Maleki.
didn't ask for recap goggles.
We don't have enough rations to last a few.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just stop doing missions for, like, simple.
We'll figure it out.
Storm's coming. It's weird how it comes towards them all the time. Also, who stole the ship? Is that going to be like a mystery for a while? Wait, that's not the end of the episode, is it? No. What? It's a two-parter. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that one. But I mean, overall, that was a fine episode. It didn't obviously push the story forward, but we at least got to focus on the crew and how they're feeling about Echo leaving, which is good for character development, I feel like. But we also have that potential of maybe them leaving Sid, just based off the end of the episode. Like, she just leaves them on the planet, stranded. I find it very interesting that the whole mindset of doing the missions for Sid is because they want to keep Omega safe, but doing the missions for Sid is very dangerous most of the time, you know? Just as bad as going against the Empire. Like, would I rather see them go against the Empire or doing missions for Sid every week? Obviously going against the Empire, because when they do go against the Empire, and when we do focus on the Empire altogether, you have better episodes. Like, look at the past two, and even episode 3, which didn't even have the Bad Batch in it, and neither did episode 7, to be fair. It's just very annoying with the episodes that we get with the Bad Batch team. They're not, like, massive in story progression, other than last episode. You know, we'll have to see how the rest of the season goes. I mean, there's only, like, 7 episodes left, right? So, not long. Hopefully next episode they get the Marauder back and find out who stole it. There's a reason they hid that person's face. There has to be. And maybe at the end of next episode they leave Sid behind and stop doing missions for her. I do find it funny, after 2 seasons of doing missions for Sid, it hasn't equated to much. All that money that they've got for doing the missions haven't done much for them personally, you know? They've not improved their weaponry, their gear. Like, the only thing that stands out is Omega getting, like, the bow thing. But that was, like, so long ago now, I can't even remember how she got it. Obviously, it was really nice to have them scenes with Omega and Tech. I just wish she had them scenes with every character in the group for this episode. Maybe next episode we'll get more of it. But I also find it interesting that this episode really focused on, like, Hunter's skills, or, like, senses, right? Like, he heard the ship taking off before anyone else did. Like, he sensed it, and he knew something was wrong with Omega and Tech. And I like that. They keep showing, like, their specific skills that they have. Like, they have all these skills, but they're not using them for the right purposes. They're using them for random, like, mission of the week shit, when they could be doing so much more with them skills. You know, I think this episode is basically just an aftermath of what happened last episode with Echo. You know, it's just a nice, like, breather, even though we don't really need one, considering, like, most of the season's been a breather, to be honest. But it's fine. I get it. It's just, you know, yet again, it's slightly annoying that stuff starts picking up and then we're back to doing the Sid missions again. And I know people say, you know, Clone Wars had episodes like that didn't push, like, the majority of the plot forward. And I get that. But the reason Clone Wars worked is because there was so much happening. You have Jedi episodes, you have Sith episodes, you have clone episodes, you have Jar Jar episodes, droid episodes. There's so much more, like, diversity with, like, the episodes that they had. While Bad Batch sadly has a very generic formula of, let's do a mission for Sid, the mission goes wrong, and that's basically it. And along that journey of doing the mission, there's a few words of wisdom here and a few things that stand out, but it's not a lot, you know. And that's the overall like grand scheme of the show so far. Other than the episodes that have actually done decent shit, like episode 3, for instance, of this season, and last episode, and episode 7, the episodes where the Bad Batch really weren't the main focus. It's such a shame that, you know, like, you have this level of animation, and it's basically being kind of wasted on episodes that don't do much, right? I'm not saying that this episode doesn't do much. Like, there is a bit of character development in there, and there is potentially that chance of leaving Sid, which is good. But the majority of the season has been episodes like this, but without character development. And just, like, random episodes that just exist that you can skip, right? And I do think Dee Bradley Baker fucking kills it, right? And the girl who plays Omega, she kills it too. But it's just let down by the writing, I feel like, and the pacing of the show. It's all over the place. They don't know what they want to do with the show. They genuinely have no idea. It's just there to get you that feeling of Clone Wars, but it's not really there, to be honest. You know? I think Rebels did a better job of it. Right? And Rebels isn't even really connected to Clone Wars. It's got a completely different animation style. Season 2 of Rebels is where I think like it really hit its stride. I mean, all I can really praise about the episode is like the Omega and Tech stuff. Right? Like, I think that scene mattered a lot for their development. I just want to know where Crosshair is, though. Like, we've had him in 1 episode this season. Like, he wasn't even in the last 2 episodes, which is surprising. We had Rampart, but no Crosshair. It's frustrating. Like, he was literally a part of the Bad Batch team. You know? And now he's just been, like, sidelined and forgotten about. Yeah, I wouldn't mind, like, Crosshair finding Cody or something like that, and maybe even Echo and Rex. And then maybe Echo, Rex, and Cody can bring Crosshair back. I'd love, like, an episode like that. Because it's what we need. Like, bringing Crosshair back into the fold is exactly what the Bad Batch needs right now. Like, they'll take that as a victory. I'll take that as a fucking victory. You know? That'll be a huge progression. Getting Crosshair back on the team. Yeah, hopefully, like I said, next episode we get the end of the Sid stuff. Because I'm so over it, dude. I'm so over it. Yeah, I mean, that basically wraps up the shitty review. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta! And fair.